In the neon-lit sprawl of Los Angeles, where dreams chased spotlights and heartbreak hid in the shadows of palm trees, Sophia Grant had always believed music was her destiny. At 25, with sun-kissed blonde hair, freckles across her nose, and a voice that could hush a crowded coffee shop, she embodied the quintessential American dreamer. Born in a small Ohio town to a single mom who worked double shifts as a nurse, Sophia grew up singing in church choirs and scribbling lyrics in spiral notebooks. High school talent shows led to a scholarship at UCLA's music program, where she honed her craft, indie folk with raw, emotional edges, songs about love's fragility and resilience. Post-graduation, LA's music scene swallowed her whole. She gigged at dive bars in Silver Lake, uploaded covers to YouTube, and waited tables at a trendy vegan spot in West Hollywood to pay rent on her tiny studio apartment. That's where she met Derek Voss, a 30-year-old rising A&R exec at Echo Records, one of the hottest indie labels in the city. Derek was all charm, tattooed arms, vintage band tees, and a smile that promised stardom. He spotted her performing an original at an open mic, Shattered Strings, a haunting ballad about lost innocence. "You're a star, Sophia," he said backstage, handing her his card. "Let me help you shine." Their whirlwind romance blurred lines between personal and professional. Dates at rooftop bars turned into late-night songwriting sessions in his Hollywood Hills loft. Sophia shared her demos freely, tracks like Echoes of You, a vulnerable piece about vulnerability in relationships. Derek praised her endlessly. "This is gold! With my connections, we'll get you signed." 6 months in, Echo offered her a development deal. Excitement bubbled. She quit waitressing, poured everything into recording. Derek became her manager, unofficially, guiding mixes, suggesting tweaks. "We're a team," he'd say, pulling her close. Cracks appeared subtly. At label parties, he'd introduce her as "my talented girlfriend," rather than an artist. Her ideas morphed into our concepts. One night, after a fight about her wanting more independence, he snapped. "You're nothing without my label, Sophia. Who'd listen to your little folk tunes without me pushing them?" She laughed it off, but it stung. Then came the betrayal. Sophia arrived early to a studio session, overhearing Derek on a call. "Yeah, the new girls' tracks are killer. I polished them up. Total hit potential." The new girl was Leela Kane, a 22-year-old influencer with a massive TikTok following but zero songwriting cred. Sophia peeked at the session files. Her melodies, her lyrics, slightly altered and credited to Leela. Confrontation exploded that evening in his loft. "You stole my songs!" she yelled, tears streaming. Derek shrugged. "Music's collaborative, babe. You inspired them, but I made them marketable. Leela's the face. Your voice is too niche." "You used me!" He laughed coldly. "Prove it. Without proof, you're just a bitter ex. And honestly, Sophia, you're nothing without me. Go back to open mics." She stormed out, heart shattered. That night in her apartment, she backed up every email, voice memo, and draft. Not despair, determination ignited. She wouldn't sue. Lawsuits favored the connected. Instead, she'd build something bigger, expose him from a position of power. The next day, she cut ties, blocked him, and started planning. Freelance gigs teaching guitar to kids in Echo Park paid bills. She enrolled in online business courses, music marketing, digital distribution. Old UCLA contacts resurfaced, a professor who knew indie label ops. Sophia rebranded her sound, Sophia Grant Music, uploading raw versions to SoundCloud, building a small but loyal following. But revenge brewed. She researched Derek's world, Echo's shady deals, how they exploited artists with bad contracts. She created a pseudonym, Arya Voss, a jab at his surname, for anonymous blogging on music forums, hinting at industry theft without naming names. Months passed. Echo released Leela's album, Echoed Dreams, Sophia's songs repackaged, charting modestly. Reviews praised the fresh voice, but Sophia saw the theft. Her fire grew. She saved every penny, networked at underground shows. A breakthrough, a grant from a Women in Music Fund for emerging producers. Sophia decided she'd launch her own micro-label, sign underrated artists, and when strong enough, reveal the truth. Sophia's exile began in earnest. She moved to a cheaper walk-up in Highland Park, trading West Hollywood glamour for gritty authenticity. Street art murals, taco trucks, and a diverse crowd of creatives scraping by. The apartment was cramped, with peeling paint and a leaky faucet, but it was hers, free from Derek's influence. She pawned a guitar for rent, vowing to buy it back someday. Isolation was her armor. Friends asked about the breakup. She said creative differences, not ready to expose vulnerability. Social media went dark, deleted posts with Derek, private profiles. Nights were for reflection, journaling lyrics turned therapy, processing the theft's sting. She dove into self-education, free Coursera classes on entrepreneurship, YouTube tutorials on music production software. She volunteered at a community center teaching songwriting to teens, reminding herself why she loved music. Freelance work expanded, ghostwriting hooks for ad jingles, producing beats for local rappers. Income trickled, but independence bloomed. A side hustle, anonymous reviews on Rate My Label, subtly warning about Echo's practices. Derek's life, glimpsed via mutual stories, flourished. Leela's album tour, red carpet appearances with him. He posted "Building Stars from Scratch," #musicmogul. Sophia saved screenshots. She hacked legally. Public records showed Echo's filings, undervalued royalties, artist lawsuits settled quietly. She compiled a dossier, her original demos timestamped, comparisons to Leela's tracks. A turning point. At a Highland Park open mic, she met Zoe, a 24-year-old bassist burned by a major label. "They stole my band's sound," Zoe confided. They bonded, forming a support group with other jilted artists, virtual meetings sharing stories, evidence. Sophia proposed, "Let's build our own label, fair contracts, artist-owned masters." Skepticism met enthusiasm. They crowdfunded via GoFundMe, Indie Revolution Records, Sophia's brainchild. $5,000 for basic equipment, a shared studio and a converted garage. She worked tirelessly, days teaching, nights producing. Her first release, a collaborative EP with the group Stolen Harmonies, subtle digs at theft. Followers grew, 10K on Instagram, organic shares. A viral TikTok, Sophia busking her original Shattered Strings, caption, "Reclaiming my voice." Derek noticed. An anonymous email, "Stop stirring trouble or you'll regret it." It fueled her. She studied law, fair use, copyright basics, consulted a pro bono entertainment lawyer, build proof, then expose. Indie Revolution signed its first artist, a queer folk singer from Oakland, fair split, 70-30 artist favor. Success tasted sweet, but doubt crept. Was revenge worth the risk? Therapy helped. It's not revenge, it's justice. As the label gained traction, local radio play, festival slots, Sophia plotted the crescendo. Indie Revolution's garage studio buzzed with energy. Sophia, now CEO in name and spirit, managed operations, booking gigs, negotiating streaming deals, ensuring transparent royalties. The label's roster grew, 5 artists, all with stories of industry betrayal. Revenue from merch and Patreon sustained them. Sophia's personal music evolved, An album in progress, silent screams, tracks processing pain, empowerment anthems. She infiltrated Derek's world subtly. Posing as a journalist under Aria Voss, she attended Echo events, blending in with press badges from freelance gigs. At a label showcase, she overheard Derek boasting, "Lila's my creation, raw talent I molded." Sophia recorded discreetly, adding to her dossier. Alliances formed. A disgruntled Echo intern leaked contract templates, predatory clauses burying artists in debt. Zoe hacked ethically. Public domain searches revealed Derek's tax liens hidden under shell companies. The plan coalesced. Expose at a major industry event. Sophia pitched Indie Revolution for a slot at SXWS's music panel. Artist rights in the digital age. Accepted. Preparation intensified. Evidence polished. Anonymous tips to bloggers about upcoming bombshell. Derek's empire showed cracks. Lila's second album flopped. Reviews called it derivative. Artists defected, citing unfair deals. Sophia dated casually, a kind guitarist who respected her drive. Viola balanced, but vengeance loomed. A near miss. At a networking mixer, Derek spotted her. "Sophia, what are you doing here?" "Journalism," she said coolly. "Heard Echo's having issues." He smirked. "Still bitter? Move on. You are nothing special." She smiled. "We'll see." The build-up tested her. Insomnia, doubts. What if exposed first? But the group rallied. This is for all of us. Final prep. A whistleblower site. MusicUnmasked.com. Anonymous posts with evidence teasers. Launch imminent. SXWS in Austin pulsed with music. Sophia's panel, packed room. Industry pros, press. She spoke eloquently. Labels exploit creativity, stealing songs, burying talent. Questions flew. Then her moment. "Let me share a story." Projector on, side-by-side comparisons, her demos versus Lila's hits, timestamps proving theft. Gasps. "This happened to me at Echo Records. Derek Voss stole my work." Chaos. Phones recorded, tweets exploded. Derek in the audience stood. "Lies. She's a scorned ex." Sophia countered. "Evidence online now. Music unmasked." Site crashed from traffic. Leaks, contracts, emails, artist testimonies. Backlash swift. Echo artists walked out. Sponsors pulled. Lila distanced. "I didn't know." Derek lawyered up, but damage done. Investigations launched. ASCAP, attorneys general. Sophia returned to LA hero. Interviews, label offers. She declined majors, growing Indie Revolution. Derek's fall. Fired, sued by artists. Reputation ruined. Satisfaction washed over her. No gloating, just justice. 2 years post-reckoning, Indie Revolution thrived. A full office in Silver Lake. 20 artists, fair model inspiring copycats. Sophia's album, Silent Screams, went gold indie. Tours sold out. Grammys nod. She mentored globally, spoke at TED, Reclaim Your Voice. Derek faded, blacklisted, small gigs consulting, a quiet apology email, ignored. Sophia married her guitarist love, started a family foundation for young musicians. Her story became legend, from betrayal to empire. The best revenge? Living proof she was everything without him.